Hey everybody, welcome back. This episode we're going to be sculpting a bear. And it's not just any bear, it's a F.U.B.A.R bear.
F.U.B.A.R bear, sir. What does F.U.B.A.R mean exactly?
F.U.B.A.R, you've got the access to Google. Bob, you don't need me to tell you what that means. You can look it up yourself, okay?
I will look now, sir.
Great, you do that. So as you can see, I've just started with some spheres. I've moved with the move brush and made the head shape. Another sphere, and again just using the move brush, made some concaves for the ears. The fourth sphere, and I've just basically made the nose. Now I'm just using the inflate brush, I believe it was, and I'm just blocking out the shape of the actual bear's head.
So I searched the internet, sir, and I found out what it means. And it means
Whoa, okay, Bob, okay. Everyone else has got Google as well. We don't need to tell them. They can look themselves. Thank you very much.
My apologies, sir.
I did have a reference for this. It was one of my own designs as well, and it's part of a collection that I'm going to be slowly going through and producing. So this is the first sort of prototype that I decided to make. In this video I'm going to be showing some ZBrush tricks as well.
Wow, aren't we getting all fancy, sir?
Yeah, fancy, Bob, fancy. I do use mainly Nomad for the workflow, but I'm going to be using a little bit of ZBrush just for the texturing, the fabric pattern across the model. It's just something you can't do in Nomad at the minute. Again, now just blocking out. These aren't going to be the final hands. I'm just putting things where they need to be, just to get the idea of proportion and size. Now I've just used the masking brush and extracted the parts that I wanted that are going to be separate, which is going to be the inside of the ears and the stomach of the bear. I'm also now going to divide up the bear's head, because I want this to be in a couple of different materials, so it's sort of like patchwork. Now I'm just working on some stitching. Again, simple cylinder, just shrunk down, smoothed it out a little bit, and that's pretty much it really. Duplicate that, and then I've got the stitching where I need to go. Going to be a few more stitches around the head. I'm not going to film all that, you get the idea. So I'm not doing anything sort of crazy at the minute. Just remember, just keep checking around your model. It's not 2D, it's 3D. You have to keep checking every angle. Silhouettes are good for that as well. I don't tend to use them as much unless I'm really actually struggling with the composition or the proportions of what I'm doing. Another good trick as well, if you are struggling with something, you're not quite sure what's wrong with it, then just put it down. Come back to it, the day after or a couple of days after, and open it up and get that initial glance at your model. Should give you some clues as to what was wrong with it. Yeah, I call it sort of artist blindness, where you've been staring at the thing for too long and you sort of don't really see your mistakes.
Rammel. Well, if we're rammeling today, sir, the teddy bear originated from two simultaneous events in 1902. President Theodore Teddy Roosevelt refused to shoot a bear on a hunting trip. Around the same time, Richard Steiff designed a jointed toy bear that was marketed by the Steiff Company. And there you have it.
That's actually quite interesting, Bob. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Now I'm just creating the hand. You can see I've just started with the sphere, just flattened it around, flattened the top, sort of giving myself a palm look. I've downloaded some reference. If you've got it, use it, definitely. Every time you're doing something, get some reference. It will always help you out a little bit. Now I've just used a tube brush and I've just made fingers. One divide in between the fingers. You click the circle again so it turns black, and that means you'll have
a sharp angle, sir.
Yep, thank you, Bob. Anyway, this looks sort of better for me when I'm doing the fingers. Now this way, unless you validate them, you can still move them around. You can still change the angle of the fingers, so it's really easy to position the hands how you want them. When you're fully happy, then you can validate and you can start smoothing out, and you can bulge out the fingertips as well. I want them to be a little more rounded. And before long, you've got a decent looking cartoon hand. Not much work. It only takes literally a few minutes to sort of do this. They have added some new features now to Nomad as well. The small little, in the top right corner, the little like science flask thing, and that enables for smoothing of the whole model, of the whole part that's selected. Inflate as well, smooth, it's got some good stuff in there. I do hope they add some more features. Some kind of nano mesh would be amazing, and maybe some kind of noise brush with, I don't know, using alphas. I know you can sort of do that, and you can do unwrapping and stuff, and I've not really delved as much as I should do into that part of Nomad, because I was always doing that on ZBrush well before this program. I just really like Nomad's ease of use, and everything's just where I sort of would expect it to be, as in an interface and stuff. So I really do enjoy using it, and as I said, it is my main workflow. If you enjoy what you're seeing, please remember, hit that like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Now we're into ZBrush. I've just exported the model as an STL. I'm using the 3D master tool sort of plugin thing to import and export my things, rather than trying to do it as a tool.
It's subtools, sir.
So now I've just masked off what I want, and I've unwrapped it, basically unwrapped the head, and I've masked off the part that I wanted, and then I've just imported the noise maker, and I've imported an alpha, which is the texture, fabric texture, and now I'm just messing around with the size and the strength of the texture, basically. Always remember, click UV when you're in the noise maker. If you're on 3D, it'll do it, but it won't do it correctly, and the pattern will warp. So always be in UV, and you'll be good to go. Now after that, basically, I'm just gonna flip the mask to let me add texture to the rest of the head. So same principle. Click on UV, click on the noise maker, add the alpha that you want, and that's pretty much good to go. Now I've added to mesh, I believe it is the setting, and then exported it from ZBrush back into Nomad. Now I'm happy I can just go with my normal workflow and sort of do the rest of the modeling. You can see the rest of the body has also been textured. Same principle, exported each part as an STL into ZBrush, and then added the texture, and then basically exported it, imported it back into Nomad, and carried on going. Now it's time for the teeth. So I've basically got a cylinder. I've split that in half. This is one way I do teeth. I've just sketched out the teeth, where they're going to be. It doesn't have to be something so special. It is a cartoon version, so I'm not looking for sort of total realism. It's just, some decent teeth. So I've just masked off everything apart from the teeth that I want to work on, and then I've used the inflate brush and the move brush, and I've created some fangs. Now I'm using the inflate, and I'm just mapping out and sort of protruding the teeth where I want them. A quick voxel remesh and a smooth over to get rid of the any bad topology. Now basically I've tried badly to put the gum line in. This time looks to be a little bit better. So now I've got the gum lining and the teeth are sort of in shape. I'm using a damn standard, I believe, or no, it's a mono line, and I'm just sort of reinforcing the gaps between the teeth. As I say, I don't have to go too crazy. It's just to make them look like teeth. I could have sculpted each tooth and then stuck them in gums and done it that way, but I like to experiment in different ways of making things. Don't stay comfortable. It's good for your workflow and things, but I don't know. It's always good to experiment.
Ramel. Rammel.
Yes, I'm rambling again. I'm sorry. Right, okay. I've actually realised that I've made the wrong teeth as fangs, so it should be the actual canines. So a quick trim, smooth and move brush, and I've just sort of put that as a normal tooth, and then I'm just going to use the drag brush, I believe, and I've just pulled down the actual fangs where I wanted them. It's been much easier to do this because I've already split the teeth a little bit, so now happy with that. I just need to actually make the gap in the mouth. So I've outlined it roughly, and then I've used the trim brush following the outline, and I've just basically cut a hole straight through the mouth. Having that separate also has just worked out a little bit easier. Now for the big reveal. And this is a render from ZBrush. You can see I've added some extra parts. I've done the gas canister, added some hair and a nose ring. And this guy is the fire starter.
Great job, sir, today.
Thank you, Bob. So, thank you very much for watching, everyone. Thank you again for the Patreon. It's one guy, he's holding us up. Thank you, Print Forge. Ciao for now.
That's my place.